Hello, what's that college football guy here? Another video. Yeah, I'm home, but we'll see how it goes. But anyway, it's time to do some predictions for the 4 games we have on today on Friday. One from the Big Ten, one from the American, and 2 games from the Mountain West Conference. We have a lot of Mountain West Conference games on these before Saturday games. Seems like it to me. A lot of them involve UNLV. That's the reason why I'm wearing UNLV red. Well, kind of, sort of. Had the shirt, why not? First off, everybody, as always, please give me the thumbs up for the V if you like the video. Comments you wish to make, share, subscribe to the channel. Everything helps the channel grow, so please, let's do all this together. Let's make this channel better. But right now, let's get at it, okay? First game on the list, as we talk about, it's going to be a 7 p.m. Let me get this piece of paper here. 7 p.m. kickoff Eastern Standard Time on FS1. It's going to be Nebraska, who's 2-3 in the Big Ten, 1-1 overall, versus Rutgers, who is 3-2 overall. See, 2-3. Nebraska's 2-3 overall, 1-1 in the Big Ten. Rutgers 3-2 overall, 0-2 in the Big Ten. Rutgers have a better overall record than Nebraska, and that's the reason why Greg Schiano has a job and Scott Frost doesn't. Nebraska's opened up right now. According to my people, Vegas insiders, they're a 2-point favorite right now on the road, so it's pretty sizable. Here's some things about Nebraska. Anthony Grant leading rusher right now, 600 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. Casey Thompson, their main quarterback, has a 7-4 touchdown INT ratio, which isn't exactly great. It's not quite 2-1. Not exactly great numbers, and it's decent here. Then you got Rutgers with Greg Schiano, who's allowed 6 INTs for the year, but they have 6 INTs on the year, which is not that bad. But they're the 13th ranked offense in the Big Ten, averaging 331.2 yards per game. Only Iowa's slow-mo offense is worse. Their passing game, 161.2 yards per game passing, 6 touchdowns, 5 INTs. Yikes. Nebraska, all-time versus Rutgers, is 5-0. I think it's about to be 6-0. Even with Scott Frost being gone, everything going on there, I'm picking Nebraska to beat Rutgers on the road. 2 points is not that much to lay down. All right, next game on the list here. We have Houston, 2-3 overall, 0-1 in the American, facing Memphis, who's 4-1 overall, 2-0 in the American. And Memphis is right now a 2.5-point favorite. Information about Houston here. Clayton Tune, 105 for 161. That's a 65.2% completion percentage on the year. 9 touchdowns, 3 INTs. 5 games, that's not too bad. Nathaniel Dell, their rushing game has been kind of slow. I mean, they have 9 rushing touchdowns on offense, and Nathaniel Dell has 5 of those 9 TDs. Their defense is allowing 30. Their Houston defense has been their problem. They're allowing 34 points per game and 408.4 yards per game. Not good. The only thing that's maybe a saving grace for that offense that Houston has for the season, which is kind of funny, they're exactly 40 for 80 on third down. Exactly 50%. So we'll see what this is going to be. Memphis. Well, remember, Houston's allowing 34 points per game. Well, Memphis is scoring 34.4 points per game. And averaging 402.4 yards of offense. A little bit less than what Houston allowed, so they're right on point. Houston, man. I think Seth Hennigan, I think, here. I wrote it real fast, folks. I apologize. Please correct me in the comments. 105 for 166, 63.3%, 1,276 yards passing, 9 touchdowns, 1 pick. A little more better control of the ball, a little bit worse completion percentage. We'll see what happens here. And their defense is allowing 26.2 points per game, allowing 400.2 yards per game, but they're only allowing 20.5 points. 20 points allowed in their win streak. The 20.5 is the fact is they lost their opening game to Memphis State to Memphis State. Opening game to Mississippi State. Since then, they've allowed 20.5 points per game in that. 26.2 overall for the year. So that's actually not that bad. Memphis being a 2.5-point favorite. By the way, this game, Houston at Memphis, will be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. I'm thinking Memphis is going to win this game, climb to 5-1, and get themselves closer to bowl eligibility. And Dana Holgorsen, you might not finish the week. He might be gone. It's a possibility, but It just might be there. Now we have the battle of the bottoms. 2 of the 10 worst teams in FBS. Both of them happen to be in the Mountain West. Colorado State, 0-4, 0-0 in the conference. You're like, well, why is their head coach getting fired? Well, he's in his first year. And the team they had, Colorado State, ranked 129th in returning, 129th in returning talent. Or 119th, whatever the number was. But it was the point is this way: they were 3 from the bottom. Horrible. Colorado State 0-4, 0-0 in the Mountain West Conference versus Nevada, who's 2-3, 0-1 in the Mountain West Conference. This will be a 10 p.m. Eastern kickoff on FS1. Nevada's the 3.5-point favorite. The Nevada stats, the offense, they're doing 3.5 yards a carry on the rush. Of their 14 total touchdowns Nevada scored on offense, 12 of them have been rushing. So that can do something, and their defense isn't great. You're allowing 6.1 yards per play. Not exactly great, folks. But then you look at the Colorado State Rams. Why are they 0-4? How about this stat? In their 4 games they played this year, they've been outscored 164-43. 164-43 in 4 games, including losing to FBS Sacramento State, giving them their Sacramento State's second ever win against an FBS program, and they lost to Sacramento State by 31. Their offense average. Remember, I told you Nevada's doing 3.5 yards per carry on offense. Colorado State doing 1.4 yards per carry on offense, averaging 11 points per game. They've also allowed their offensive line is horrible. They've had a lot of roster turnover, as I mentioned here, being the worst in there. They've allowed the most sacks in FBS. They've allowed 25 through 4 games. 6.5 a game. That is absolutely horrible. Some people are saying, Colorado State's going to get it right. So they're going to go on the road to Nevada, where the offense is a sieve, where they can't score, and they've been beating up the daylights, to a team that they can't stop the run. They can't stop a defense. So people are actually picking Colorado State to get their first win. No, they're not. Nevada's going to win this game. 3.5-point favorite for Nevada. They're going to win this one. Now comes the game I saved the best for last for me, because this is the only one that actually has some winning competition on there. Folks, think of this. UNLV, 4-1 overall, 2-0 in the Mountain West. This is the first time they have been 2-0 in conference play in the Mountain West since 2003. That's how long it's been since they've been winning, folks. UNLV 4-1, 2-0 Mountain West at San Jose State, who's 3-1 overall, 1-0 in the Mountain West. A 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time kickoff on CBS Sports Network. So you put the Toilet Bowl game, seriously, is going to be on FS1, and the better games on CBS Sports. But then again, CBS Sports is the primary contract holder for the television rights, not Fox. CBS has that right. So, anyway, let's get into San Jose State's offense here. 93.3 rushing yards per game. Not great, but Siobhan Cordero, who's a Hawaii transfer, 269.5 yards passing per game, only 4 touchdowns and 0 INTs with 4 rushing touchdowns. That's all right. 8 total touchdowns on offense, no picks, takes care of the ball. Their defense-wise, 154.8 yards per game on offense. They're allowed that much point, 154.8 yards per game. That's what they allow for the opposing offense. They've had 6 INTs, and they've only allowed 4 passing touchdowns the entire year. The defense has been stout. In fact, they've allowed 24 or fewer points every game this year. It's been 24 or less every game this year. They've been a dominant team here. UNLV has not beaten San Jose State in San Jose State since 1993. They're 0-6 since then. That's how bad it's been. Now you look at UNLV's numbers. They're on the road team. They have the number 1 offense in the Mountain West Conference. They're third in the conference in rushing at 168.6 per game with 13 rushing touchdowns. Doug Brimfield, their quarterback, leads the Mountain West in passing yards, 1,223, and touchdowns with 8, 70.5% completion percentage. Because he's a left-handed quarterback, secondaries have kind of had a little hard problem dealing with him, and that's kind of helping out the problem here. The defense has 12 takeaways already this season in 5 games. That's 8th in FBS. 11 of those 12 takeaways are interceptions. That's second only to USC in FBS. They are an active defense. They are the second best defense in the Mountain West against the run, allowing 108.2 yards per game. They have the third in the conference in tackles for loss, 31. They also have 12 sacks, which is also third in the conference. There are a lot of people picking San Jose State to beat UNLV for one reason. UNLV played San Jose State last year and lost 27-20 at home. Doug Brumfield wasn't the starting quarterback. All the players who were there, the transfers from Michigan State, Aiden Robinson, all the players who came in who were transfers, none of these guys were starters on last year's team. This is a whole new group, a lot of transfers. I said this a while back. NIL money is going to contribute to things. Well, NIL money, there's Vegas money. And all of a sudden, players from Michigan State and other Power 5 schools came here to UNLV. I say came here, but came to UNLV. I lived in Vegas for 40 years, so I still kind of think it's partially home, even though I'm here in Tennessee. But San Jose State is a 5.5-point favorite at home. In some places, it's as high as 9. I'm not buying it. You're living off last year. Yes, your defense is good. You played good teams. I mean, you scored 16 points against Auburn. Georgia might be scoring 60 against Auburn. I think UNLV would probably score more than 16 points against Auburn because they can't stop the run. The problem is I'm not buying this. I'm not buying the San Jose State on there. I'm actually going to believe, and I still don't. Like, this is like the deja vu of all. Like the two of the 3 worst teams in college football the last decade have been UNLV and Kansas. Kansas is looking at going 5-0, and UNLV is looking at going 5-1. Anybody else find this weird? Who am I predicting? What am I wearing? I'm picking UNLV to win on the road. They're going to call it an upset, beating San Jose State. I'm not calling it an upset because this is first place in the Western Division on the line. And most likely is going to be the tiebreaker that's going to set up who's going to be going to the Mountain West Conference Championship. So this game early on is big because if you look at the Mountain West Conference standings in the Western Division, there's very few teams who are doing real good right now. Now this is early, but this we'll see. But right now I'm picking UNLV to upset San Jose State according to the bettors. I'm going against them. I'm picking UNLV to win the game. So tell me what you think. Am I right on my predictions? What would you change about it? If there's anything on there you think I'm wrong about it, let me know down in the comments. You know, I could be right, I could be wrong. We'll find out soon enough. I didn't go really into UCF's game that happened on Wednesday because it was kind of it was bad. So there was no point even going into it. But I'll be doing a preview video early Saturday because I'm at home. I'll do a preview video early Saturday for all of the Saturday games because I got stuff to do. If I can do it later tonight, I'll try, but most likely I won't. So it's going to be early Saturday morning for the Saturday preview. So, and I'll be doing videos as always as it goes through. So thanks everybody for watching the video. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think down below. All right? And everybody, please, it's crazy out there. Be safe and be good to each other.